I'm Sara.
And I'm Dustin.
We're the Adonas. So we've been in our home for 2 years. We moved from Santa Monica to Bakersfield in the middle of July about 2 years ago.
Yeah, and we were both originally from here, but lived in Los Angeles for a period of time, and then just kind of wanted to be near family, so we moved on back, and that's whenever we kind of checked out solar with Peak Power USA.
We got our first electricity bill, and it was a shocker. We went from a one-bedroom apartment in Santa Monica where we didn't need air conditioner for any of the year to coming to Bakersfield in the middle of the summer, and our electricity bill was at least 5 times the price of what we were used to paying. So we looked into solar. So we had like several friends and family members that had purchased solar from several different companies. A lot of them were solar leases, which we didn't prefer. We preferred to own. And we had several friends that went with Peak Power USA, and it was a local company, and we could talk to a real person, and everyone was super friendly and came over and answered all of our questions, and we just went with them because it seemed like the best option. Compared to our friends who had leased and purchased solar from other companies, it seemed like the pricing for Peak Power USA was significantly less. And it might have been because of the local advantage. It wasn't a large company. And they were able to work with us and give us exactly what we needed. You know, they didn't add anything on or try to swindle us into more than we needed on our home. We even added our own extra panels because we wanted to make sure that we had enough electricity for ourselves, because I have an obsession with wearing sweaters all year round, and I love blowing the air conditioning. I love 72 degrees. And so with solar, I can blast our air conditioning all summer long, and I pay one flat price year round, and I can wear my sweaters all the time.
During the summer, from the people we had talked to that don't have solar, and then our experience from getting that first bill, immediately after getting the first solar bill, you're relieved because the price itself is usually cut maybe in half during summer. And so that shock in price value is just so big there that it almost makes more sense to have solar in a hot place like Bakersfield.
So we found Peak Power USA. They were highly recommended. A sales rep came right over and they inspected our house, looked at all of our appliances to see how much electricity we would need and how much we were running. Since we hadn't been in our house that long, we weren't exactly sure how much electricity we would use on a regular basis. So we preferred to add some extra panels on just to be sure. And they worked with us on the pricing.
Once we signed the contract, then it was pretty straightforward. We got a call from the Peak Power USA office letting us know what the next steps would be. We scheduled our installation, which was within a few weeks. They came out. The job took, I believe, a day, maybe 2, but it was relatively quick and easy. The crew was very friendly. They weren't making any loud noises. They were very respectful of the neighborhood and the area, which was great. Once that was finished, we got a call letting us know that the job was done. Inspector was scheduled to come out, and from that point on, it's just been smooth sailing. It was really good to know that we were with a local company who was here to take care of us. So if we ever had any questions, they would either call us back immediately or they would send the sales rep out, and we would sometimes have a conversation just about the options we had available to us if we had any questions in that process. So at all points it seemed like we were taken care of, and we never really had to worry too much about what to do next because they were always a step ahead.
We love our solar. I don't know if it's weird to say, but I think it makes our house look cuter on the outside. But also it's just, I love the technology of it. There's an app where you can track your usage versus, what you're producing and what you're using. And it keeps track of your panels. So if something goes wrong with one of them, you can see it right away. And Peak Power USA is actually monitoring that for us. So if at one point I don't see it on my app that something's messed up, I'll get a phone call and they'll tell me like, hey, it looks like something's going on with your panel. We're going to send someone over and check it out. So that happened to us once, and within the next day it was fixed, and we had no idea anything was wrong. So that was fantastic. And it just gives us a little bit more peace of mind. The warranty is fantastic, which a lot of other companies that we looked at didn't have a warranty like that. So we were very pleased with that, and we feel great about our solar.
Yeah, so one of the coolest things with the app she mentioned was it'll tell you how many carbon emissions or trees equivalent to being planted that you're saving just by having the solar. And I think anywhere you can save and produce that energy from the sun, it's just a really cool concept to me all around, right? Like if we can produce energy with what we're given for free, like that's awesome to me. Might have to pay a little bit to do it, but that's, I think, will pay off dividends in the long run.
Yeah, we definitely recommend Peak Power USA.
100%.
We had a great experience.
Yeah, anybody who I know that's interested in solar, I'll be sending to Peak Power USA.
Living in Bakersfield in the summer, it gets to be 114 degrees sometimes outside. So with the air conditioning running, it produces a really high PG&E bill, and we found that out very quickly when we moved into our house. So now with solar, we're saving over $400 a month. Especially in the summertime, it really helps out, and we are very thankful to have solar.
As she mentioned, especially in the summer, you just thank Christ that you you have that, solar that you can kind of fall back on there in terms of just knowing that you can confidently pump your AC to 69 degrees if it's a particularly hot day and not have to worry too much about that energy bill being too high.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Dustin, and we got our solar from Peak Power USA.